So one thing I've been thinking about recently is pentatonic scales, especially minor pentatonic, and how to play it differently across the guitar. So usually when we start off as guitarists, we kind of learn the pentatonic scale through the first kind of box, which is, say we take the C minor pentatonic, would sound like, you know. Um, and of course, after that, you can learn many other different boxes and kind of connect them together. So you could kind of, glide your way across the neck vertically. Um, Example, you could have also this box, I think box 5, which is right above the box 1, or you could have box 2, which is directly under. Um, but I think a different way of thinking about it is not just going, vertically up the neck, but diagonally. And this really helps with, kind of gliding across the neck easier. And it can kind of open up different kind of licks and riffs and just things that you can play that are different sounding. Um, so I'm going to explain this. So the pentatonic scale is comprised off of 5 notes. That's why it's called pentatonic scale. Penta means 5. So you have 5 notes. In the key of C, C minor, we have 5 notes. We have our root, our flat third, our 4, 5, flat 7, and 1. So we'd have C, E flat, F, G, B flat, and C. We don't really count C as another note. This is just kind of note up the octave, so our 5 notes are. So we can play that through our box 1, but if we want to play it diagonally, we can formulate it in a different kind of way. So to start off, we have our root. Above our root, we're going to have our flat 7. Then skipping a string, well, skipping our main string to the next string, we have these 3 notes, our F, E flat, F, and G, which is our flat third, 4th, and 5th. And these are the 5 notes in our scale. So that's for the first 2 strings. Then you can go up an octave. This is on the next 2 set of strings. And you can do it again on the last 2 set of strings. The placement's kind of different because, of course, these 2 strings, the intervals are different, so you kind of have to shift up 1 fret if you want to keep the, same notes. And that's a way to, glide across the neck in a diagonal way, and you don't really have to think about these kind of individual boxes. So that's cool. You can obviously play them picked each time, or even legato, if you really want to do that. But I think a cooler way and more kind of flavorful way of playing it is incorporating slides. So with our first 5 notes here, instead of picking these 3 notes individually, what you could do is take your second note and slide it up to the third note. You can just repeat that. And it gives kind of like a more bluesy kind of tone, which is really interesting, and I find keeps lines sounding more melodic. So one thing I like to do as well is going down, do this really fast kind of slide, from the third to the second note. I don't know, it just sounds really cool to me. Oh yeah, one thing I want to mention too is the incorporation of these kind of double stops, I guess you can call them. Which, you know, it's pretty easy to do. Just once you're going through that like 3 set of strings to 2, there's this kind of gap that you can incorporate a kind of 2-note double stop. And also with this kind of range of the strings, you can have 2 double stops. And on the next string, which this one you can also play an octave up. Which is, you know, really fun. You can also play this kind of thing. Which is just this is just your 5 of the scale mixed with the flat third, and you get this like major 6 interval. So that's fun to play as well. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've came up with. It's really fun to play, honestly. I find it's worth practicing over to get kind of different lines and just thinking about the pentatonic scale in a different way. Yeah, that's pretty much it.